Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to The Shed. Today we're going to be taking a fairly straightforward little tune. Fairly straightforward? It's so simple. It's really simple, and we're going to be seeing how many different ways we can put chords with it and how the chords speak to the tune and how it suddenly will bring it to life and turn it into the kind of tune that people will stream on Spotify 1 billion times. No, I am not holding my breath for that either. But nonetheless, this is how the little tune goes. It goes like this. I did tell you it was simple. So what we've got going on here, E-G, E-A, C-B. Okay. So when I come to put chords with tunes, I mean, it doesn't always work that way around. Sometimes you start with a chord and then you come up with the tune over it. But just sort of, it's the same kind of conversation. So what's going on is what we're trying to do is find a chord which is appropriate but also interesting. So the most obvious chords to choose when you're, where you'll probably start is chords 1, 4 and 5, which in C major is... Okay, chord in C major, obviously chord 1 is C major, chord 4 is F major, chord 5 is G major. So you can go chord 1, then it's going to go E-A. A is in chord 4, so chord 4, then it's going to go C-B, and B is the middle note of chord 5. Then you're going to go back, probably G-A, so you're going back to chord 4. If you were just harmonizing this using chords 1, 4 and 5, that's the more obvious way of doing it. But you don't have to stick to chords 1, 4 and 5. And you don't have to stick to just basic diatonic chords like that, triads. So here's another way you could do it. Let's try this. So now instead of going to chord, when we go up to the A, I could use any other chord which has got an A in it, like, for example, an A minor. It's then going to go C-B. So B is the top note of chord 3. That works. Then back to chord 4. Yeah? Are we liking that? Do we like that at all? I quite like that. I think that's all right. So that's using chords 6 and 3 as well as chords 1, 4 and 5. Let's see what else we can do though, because there's another way we could approach this. We could just keep that C going down the bottom all the time. So we could go... Now, what's actually going on... There's a normal C triad. We've now gone to a second inversion of F. There's chord 4, F, A and C. If we put the C in the bottom, that's a second inversion. Now, what's going on there? What do you mean, Guy? We got a B, we got a G, a B and a C. Yeah, it's a chord called C major 7. Okay, so this is a 4-note chord, but we're only playing 3 notes of it. So that's why you get that kind of nice sense of yearning. See, I quite like that. I like that one most so far. Okay, so we've got several variations on this going already. Let's see what happens when we... But you don't have to... There's also other options available to you. Some of them are a little bit more bizarre. So if you're going to go... Some things are hard to do. You see, you could say, okay, well, why don't I go... if it goes up to the G, G is the middle of E flat. But then the tune is actually, you've still got in your sort of harmonic memory the fact that it's an E natural. So going to an E flat chord is going to sound a bit bizarre. So But you could go, you could start on an A minor, because that's an A minor 7 chord. This is the other thing, that when you get, you're not just restricted to triads, and the tune can form the extension, the note which sits on the top. So for example, with that A minor chord, if the tune is on goes to the G, what you've got there is an A minor 7 chord, because that's a 7. So the note doesn't have to be in the heart of the triad. It can act as an extension to it, which is pretty much what we were doing before when we were going. That is the extension. So, okay. So let's just, what we're going to do is knock this into some kind of shape now. So we got this piano I'm using. Let's now just turn briefly to what I'm using. This is a brand new piano for Synchron pianos from VSL. It's called Bosendorfer 280 VC. It was out this week and it has a lot of character. I really like it. Okay, so using that, let us now add we're going to put a synth pad underneath it. How will that work? Let's see how that goes. Actually, start the synth pad earlier. Start the synth pad, then let the tune come in. Not so keen on that. Okay, let's try a different approach. Let's go with let's use the guitar. That works all right. How about some of those other chord progressions we were talking about? So what that does is going, let me just show you again. Oh, get my keyboard back. Here we go. Hello, keyboard. C. That's going to the second inversion of F. Then when we go down to the B, we go to a E minor. So there's the E minor chord, and I'm just taking it's a figure I really like. You go from the bass, you go up a fifth, and then you go up to the 10th. So you're putting the middle of that E minor chord, you're spreading it like that. If you have two hands the size of dinner plates, that's relatively easy to play. If you've got dainty little fingers, then you're going to be sitting there going, I can't do this, I can't do this. So I appreciate that this particular way of anyway. So where were we? Yeah, but so what my preferred choice is. So that's F. Well, it's sort of. Or you could spell it like that, which is a D minor 7. Look. Then you come up to chord 4. Let's do that. I like that. Here we go. Okay, let's add something else in. Let's add a little bit of a strings in. Going back to my friend Sign Factory from Orchestral Tools, this is their free strings library. Helix strings. Now add a bass line. Have I got a bass here? Yes. Now, tempting. What am I going to do with the bass line? Or am I going to keep it? I'm going to keep it. So we're going to go C. We're going to keep it going through the F. So the C almost acts like a pedal. Oh, then we go to the E minor. It's really simple, but you see, it becomes more effective the more you play. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. No, it doesn't need drums. Look, I mean that's really more or less what I was going to show you. I've pretty much shown you everything now, I think. But so, just to recap, the way in which I'm approaching this is I'm looking at. I sit here and I look at my keyboard and I think, okay, there. When I see a tune, I'm seeing chords at the same time. So if I see a tune which is, as this one is, going, then I'm obviously seeing it. I can see, okay, I can see a C, I can see an E minor, I can see, what else can I see? G, chord 5. So you could see that as being an extension of G, and I start by thinking of sort of chords 1, 4, and 5, and then I sort of spread out and become more bizarre as time goes on. That's rather a sort of metaphor for my life, really. Spreading out and becoming more bizarre as time goes on. Oh no, that's not what I intended to say today. But anyway, look. So when you are playing your little tune, the other thing, actually, just one other thing. When I say that wouldn't work by going to the E flat, what then happens, if you quite like that harmonic movement, you would then alter the tune, so it's a conversation, as I've mentioned before, between the tune and the chords. So you could then go. Then you're into a whole new world. You see, and that, if you're writing a film score and you want suddenly to take your motif and to mangle it and turn it into something it was never intended to be, then you can start looking at these slightly more bizarre ways of harmonizing things. But you will need also then to modify the basic thematic idea as well. But that's fine, because you can still recognize it. You know, that's whatever. So look, if this kind of thing rings your bell, by some enormous stroke of luck, we happen to produce courses on things like this. Learn music theory? Yes, we do one of those. How to write music? Yes, I do one of those as well. And you will find details of all this underneath this video. So look, thank you very much indeed for your company. Hope you found that useful and entertaining. Keep your chin up, stay healthy, stay happy, and I will see you very soon. Cheerio.